Good afternoon,
Yeah.
Mr. Editors. I made this meeting in order to discuss the article an author called David sent me yesterday, which I sent it to you this morning.
Yeah, we checked it.
Okay, great. Therefore, I had like to know your opinions about it before publishing it in our online magazine. Okay? So, Mr. Gengi, would you like to start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay. So I found that they were talking in a sense of a proudness to it in the
Okay.
article. Like in paragraph 3, for example, they said they have graced famous tennis players, including Djokovic.
Okay.
But actually, making the famous players having a boosted performance is making the shoe company proud and making the shoes, and especially the players that are famous. For example, if someone gets famous, one of the first things the public do is looking at what type of shoes they wear or what type of clothes they wear. So by giving the shoes that improves their game, makes them proud.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Well,
what I felt.
I agree with Mr. Gangi's idea. In order to the purpose, the author is trying to show that is the best product. So if he uses a proud tone, uh, mentioning the achievements of the product is probably that the audience will feel that these are the best tennis shoes for in the market.
Okay. Okay. Well, Mr. Ross, did you get to find anything?
Well, I found the text structure is an introduction conclusion. David uses paragraph to introduce a theme and uses another to conclude an idea. And also, it doesn't have a background information, and the sentences are quite short. Since the audience is people interested in tennis shoes or people that practice tennis. Furthermore, it's not necessarily to give a background due to the fact that they have prior knowledge. And finally, according to the purpose, David is trying to persuade the audience not to introduce the product, and thus it's not necessarily to give extra information of the product.
I really agree with what you found out, since I mean, people that is searching for a variety of options for tennis shoes. I mean, have to know like the characteristics, have to know at least different types of features that the tennis should have in order for them to choose the best tennis shoes they have right now. Therefore, I analyzed an aspect that might be related to what you're talking about, which is that he uses somehow a figurative language in this case. He uses a lot of metaphor, where he tends to relate a whole with some adjectives and some other words in this case. The first example would be that the famous clay-specific tennis shoes are not heavy, and later, after 2 or 3 paragraphs, he states that's why Hidden Nitro Pro clay tennis shoes are one of the best. That somehow confuses me, since not all people know that the clay-specific tennis shoes are the Head Nitro Pro clay tennis shoes. I mean, as a tennis player, I've never known that that specific model of tennis shoes is the clay specific tennis shoes, the famous ones. I mean, I've bought like 3 pairs of different tennis shoes for clay courts, and I've never known about that one. But I mean, that's one thing I found out about. And the second example would be that I would like to cite the author, where it says the so considered all court tennis shoes have new features.
Okay.
And after 3 paragraphs as well, he states again that this is why Babolat Propulse 4 should be one of your main options. I also never realized that Babolat Propulse 4 were the so considered all court tennis shoes. I mean, I've bought like 5 pairs of Nike tennis shoes, and I mean for all types of court, and I've never realized that people like the popular tennis shoes are Babolat Propulse 4. I don't know. What's your opinion about that?
But I've used many tennis shoes as a player. I've used Climate Cool Feather 2. I've used Barricade 9, Barricade 3. And I've heard that the Babylon Propose is not actually all-purpose,
Okay.
but only for the clay or hard works. For example, on the grass, it wouldn't be too great in performance. So I don't know if this is an opinion article that he tried to write.
Okay.
Like, I don't know his intention of writing this article as
I think
all-purpose.
I think he has certain preferences for different brands. I mean,
I
mean,
thought that.
we should agree that it is definitely an opinion article, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, because he talks a lot about Babolat and a lot about Het Nitro tennis shoes. So I mean, I think he has certain preferences for those brands. I don't know if he might be a promoter of them or he only likes the models of them. As well as that, we should agree that the main audience of this article would be that he's trying to like the main audience is people that are interested in buying tennis shoes, right?
Yeah.
Like Mr. Ross said, and that the main purpose of this article is as you said, Ross, like to persuade people when buying tennis shoes, different type of tennis shoes. Well, I think that we've got into one main point,
Yeah.
the three of us, and that
preference.
yeah, and that we should send this review to him, and to see if he can get to modify some the use of figurative language and I think the use of tone in this case. I mean, because the text structure is okay.
Yep.
It would only be this. Well, it's time for us to go.
Let's go.
Thank you.